You ever catch a whiff of something, maybe a soft floral scent or a little powder in the air, and suddenly you're back in your childhood bathroom, watching mom get ready for a night out? Or maybe you remember sitting on the bed wide-eyed as your older sister dabbed on her lipstick in front of a glowing vanity mirror. Back in the 1950s and 60s, beauty wasn't about trends or filters. It was about little rituals, quiet, graceful moments that made women feel elegant and put together. Some of those products were so iconic, they still live in our memories, even if they've long disappeared from the store shelves. Today, we're looking back at 10 beauty products from the 50s and 60s that truly define glamour. 1. Pond's Cold Cream, Mom's Nightly Ritual. Every night, right after the dishes were done and the kids were tucked in, you'd hear the lid of that little white jar pop open. Pond's Cold Cream wasn't just a beauty product. It was a nightly moment of peace for so many women. It took off the day's makeup, soothed the skin, and left behind that signature, comforting scent. I still remember how soft my mom's skin felt after she used it. Pond's is still around today, but back then, it was a sign of a woman who took care of herself. 2. Max Factor Pancake Makeup, Movie Star Dreams. Before foundation came in pumps and tubes, it came in a little round compact. Max Factor Pancake Makeup. Add a few drops of water, swirl your sponge, and just like that, your face looked ready for the silver screen. This wasn't just makeup. It was a way to step into your own Hollywood moment. For women in small towns across America, it was the closest thing to being a star. It eventually faded from popularity, but it once turned ordinary mornings into glamorous routines. 3. Coty Airspun Powder, a puff of elegance. Coty's Airspun Powder came in a soft peach box with a delicate puff that looked like it belonged in a fairy tale. The scent alone could transport you, light, floral, and unmistakably feminine. Women would pat it gently across their face, checking their reflection in a vanity mirror framed with light bulbs. It gave skin a soft, blurry finish before we ever knew what the word filter meant. Coty still sells it, but it's no longer the staple it once was. 4. Revlon's Fire and Ice Lipstick, Red with Confidence. Every woman in the 50s seemed to have that one lipstick that made her feel invincible. For many, it was Revlon's Fire and Ice. Bright, bold, and unapologetically red. It wasn't just makeup, it was attitude. The ad campaign asked, "Are you made for fire and ice?" And it gave women permission to be daring. That little gold tube tucked into a purse meant a lot more than color. It meant courage. And though the shade still exists, it doesn't work quite the same magic today. 5. Dippity-Doo Setting Gel, the sleep-in style secret. If you grew up in a house with older sisters or a beauty-loving mom, you probably saw a jar of Dippity-Doo sitting near the bathroom sink. That bright pink gel was the glue behind every perfect curl and high-volume do. Women would smooth it onto damp hair, roll it up in curlers, and sleep like that all night just to wake up with movie star waves. We take hot tools for granted now, but back then, beauty took patience. Dippity-Doo was part of the bedtime routine, and the smell still lingers in a lot of memories. 6. Tangy Lipstick Magic in a Tube. Here's one that felt like a trick. Tangy lipstick. It looked orange in the tube, but turned soft pink when you put it on. Every girl who wanted to dip her toe into the grown-up world of makeup started here. It felt special, almost magical. It wasn't bold or flashy, just a gentle blush of color that made you feel like you were glowing from the inside out. Tangy faded out of popularity, but it left a sweet legacy in teen bedrooms and mother-daughter moments. 7. Noxzema Skin Cream, the tingle that meant clean. If your face didn't tingle, was it even clean? That's what we believed back then. Noxzema came in a blue jar and had this cool menthol smell that told you it was working. It was more than just a face cream. It was sunburn relief, a shaving helper, and a household staple. The texture was thick and smooth, and it left your skin feeling fresh. Today's skincare is all about serums and acids, but back then, all you needed was Noxzema. 8. Breck Shampoo, hair so pretty it was a portrait. You know you've made it when your shampoo turns you into a painting. The Breck girls, those soft-focused portraits in magazines, with a face of shiny, healthy hair. The shampoo came in golden bottles and promised softness you could see. For a lot of women, Breck wasn't just about clean hair. It was about feeling seen, beautiful, and even glamorous in your everyday life. The brand disappeared quietly, but those dreamy ads stayed with us. 9. Helena Rubinstein Cake Mascara. Painted lashes. Before we twisted tubes open, mascara came in a tiny black cake. Helena Rubinstein's version was a bestseller. Just add water, dip the brush, and paint your lashes one by one. It took more time, more care, but that's what made it feel special. You weren't just applying makeup. You were crafting your look moment by moment. It was replaced by faster, easier versions, but it's still remembered fondly by those who used it. 10. Evening in Paris Perfume, a scent for special nights. If you ever saw a tiny cobalt blue bottle on your mother's or grandmother's dresser, chances are it was Evening in Paris. It was the kind of perfume you wore on a first date to prom or to the Christmas dance. Sweet, romantic, and elegant. It made you feel like something was about to happen. Women kept the empty bottles as keepsakes. The scent might be gone now, but the feelings it brought, those never left. Outro, looking back at these products is like opening a drawer full of memories, of soft brushes, floral scents, and quiet moments in the mirror before stepping out into the world. They weren't just things we used, they were part of how we became ourselves. Did your mom, your grandma, or maybe even you use any of these? I'd love to hear your stories. Share them in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this little trip through time, go ahead and subscribe, and come back soon for more memories from American Rewind. Until next time, stay beautiful in your own timeless way.